Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the New Year, New You Beauty Academy and Virtual Beauty Academy. My name is Andrea McGee. I'm excited to welcome you to week 6 of the Virtual Beauty Academy. And this week, we're really excited because this is our lash class. And so we are in for a special treat just over the past few weeks. Hopefully you have joined us each week, whether live or if you're watching this on a replay, and you've learned something and you've been able to build on the skills that you already have or learn some new skills altogether. So before we go ahead and get started, I just want to let you know a little bit about myself, and then I'm going to introduce you to our instructor for the week. And so I am the proud leader of the Get Fresh crew, and you have been invited here by one of the women that is a part of this group, and we are collectively a group of women entrepreneurs, and we teach skincare and makeup artistry, and we do so using the Mary Kay Cosmetics brand. Personally, I have been operating my business for over 11 years with the honor of being in leadership as the top 2% of the company for over 7 years. And prior to this part of my life, I worked as a property claims adjuster for a major insurance company. I've also, and in that position, I logged about 60 to 70 hours per week. It was a very hectic time of life. It's so interesting. I was going through some papers today, and I actually found my termination letter, and I got so excited about that because that was a turning point in my life, going from that type of hectic lifestyle to the lifestyle that I'm privileged to live at this point. And I share that because the woman that invited you here today, or if you found us through Eventbrite, maybe you are thinking about some type of lifestyle change or adding to your income or adding to your skill set. Maybe you love skincare, you love makeup, and so we are excited to share our experiences with you and how this business opportunity has changed things for us. Outside of property claims and insurance, I also have worked in sales in general, as well as an education administration background. I graduated from the University of Southern California, right on, with a BA in psychology. In this company, outside of being in leadership, I have had the privilege of earning the use of 2 free cars in the company, including a Chevy Malibu and a Chevrolet Cruze. In 1 month, my highest commission check has been over $4,000, with my highest retail appointment being over $1,500, meaning when I worked with women at a party or a class, and I showed them how to use the products, how to take care of their skin and their faces. The highest amount of money that I made at one time was over $1,500. I'm excited that in this business, there are a lot of different accolades that I've amassed, but one of the greatest things that I have been able to do is share this business opportunity with other women. And so before we go ahead and get started, I want the consultants, if you are able, to introduce yourselves and let our guests know your name, except our instructor, because I'm going to introduce you. So if you're a consultant, I want you to introduce yourself with your name, how long you've been building your business, what you do outside of Mary Kay, and maybe one other thing that you would like to share personally about yourself, your mom, your wife, hobbies, that type of thing. So your name, how long you've been building your business, what you do outside of Mary Kay, and one fun fact, okay? So let's see who's able to do that with your, is there anybody that's able to? And I know we have, hi, okay, can you introduce yourself, Marina? Perfect, go ahead. Uh-oh, wait, hold on, we can't hear you. Yeah. You're not muted. Is your sound on? Okay. I can't hear you. Uh-oh.
Right, yeah, me neither.
Yeah, we can hear you. At the bottom with your microphone, I noticed you're not muted because it is showing. So when you're talking, do you see the levels of the microphone moving? Okay, so that means no sound is coming through. So try logging off and coming back on, see if that helps. Okay, next consultant, just jump in and introduce yourself, name, how long you've been building your business, what you do outside of Mary Kay, and one fun fact. Anybody? Anybody? Okay.
Oh,
There you go. Perfect. I can hear you now.
oh, good. So hi, everybody. My name is Marina Kotelnikova, and I'm a beauty consultant for 1 year. Together with company, I love Mary Kay Cosmetics and use it for myself. And I like to share it with other women and with my friends. And outside of Mary Kay, I'm mom of a little boy. He's 1 year old next month. So we make it through first year, and I'm going to now to like put myself to go for more work. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing. That year went by fast, didn't it?
Yeah, very fast.
Absolutely. Okay, we'll move along. I'm just gonna mute you, and then we'll move on to the next consultant. If you are a consultant, even if you're outside of the unit, if you're a consultant, just introduce yourself, just so I know who my guests are, please. Thank you, Sonia. I see you unmuting yourself, maybe just having a little, you may have some difficulties. Let's see.
Florida. And what was the other questions? Sorry.
How long you've been building your business and what you do outside of Mary Kay.
Okay, I've been building my business for about 4 years now, and outside of Mary Kay, I am a state worker for the state of Florida.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing.
No problem.
Andrea, you're muted.
Me, I'm muted. Oh, look at that.
Okay, yeah.
I was like, who's muted? Okay. All right. You know what? We're going to go ahead and jump right on into, because what I want to do is keep the party going. If we have any consultants that would like to introduce themselves at a later time, that's fine. But I want to keep things going because we are recording, and you will have your guests and friends that will be watching this on a replay. So we're going to go ahead and keep it going. As I mentioned, a part of this business and the two things that we love to do is share about the product as well as share about the business opportunity. And so tonight, as a part of this series, we are going to be talking about techniques when it comes to your lashes and the different products that we use and that may be available to you so that you can get the perfect lash. So I want to introduce you to your instructor for the evening. She has owned her own Mary Kay business for almost 2 years. She is married to her husband, Sean, for 16 years with 3 children, Chloe, Chanel, and Sean, and 2 dogs, Shane and Marmaduke. She's an educator for 20 years, currently serving as the assistant principal at Crenshaw High School. Her hobbies include all things creative, and I'm a witness to that. She's super creative, super artistic, carries, sparkles and pins and stickers and, anything that you want to help make your life look more glamorous and creative. She is a definite help with that. She also helped to develop she helped to develop a planner for our unit that we use as a fundraiser, and now She is helping Mary Kay consultants all over get themselves together, help them with tracking and putting all of the different documents that we use and that we get all over the place. She helped to put them all in one place and make it manageable for you. And so we thank you for helping us first, and now that you're helping others. Her highest skincare party was over $700. She's focused on consistency and follow through while embracing her dreams. I also am excited to share that she is well on her way to completing the National Court of Sales this year and earning a diamond ring in the company. She's already completed the unit court. She is currently the #1 consultant in our unit. I'm so very proud of her. She's on a mission to make every woman look and feel beautiful, and she's gonna start with you. I want to introduce to you Mrs. Charnay M. Tunson. Woo!
Hi, everybody. Everybody, okay, can you guys hear me? My audio is good?
Your audio is great.
All right. Well, we're gonna get started. We're going to focus on lashes tonight, and it's not a very long process. So this might actually be one of our faster trainings, but that just means if you have questions along the way, make sure you go ahead and stop me. You can just ask, or if you want to use the chat feature, you can use the chat feature as well. And then we are going to go ahead and get it going. So my dog insists on sitting on my lap whenever I'm still, so please excuse me, that's Marmaduke. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. So I have a couple of just informative slides that I want to share with everyone. All right. Basically, it is going to cover some very basic tips and ideas when we are trying to create our FabuLash lashes, okay? So this is actually a picture of one of our consultants who, in this picture, she's using our newest mascara that we're gonna spend a little bit of time talking about. This is our Lash Intensity Mascara. And on her left eye, she has that Lash Intensity Mascara. She does not have on false lashes. Those are all hers. And then the right eye is just her eye without any mascara. So isn't that awesome? So we're going to figure out how we can go from the right side to the left side with our lashes. So there's a couple of tips that I want to talk to you about when you're dealing with your lashes. So the first thing is the curler is your friend. Now, I think I have pretty naturally curly lashes, but I have learned that the curler, the eyelash curler, that tool that is so intimidating, actually helps to keep your lashes lifted, which gives you the appearance of wider, brighter eyes. So I often get comments from people like, oh, you look so tired. Like, I know I'm tired. I don't need you to tell me I look tired. So by using the curler, it can help create the appearance that my eyes are actually more bright and open than they may actually be. Okay, the second tip is don't pump it up. That means that when you are getting your mascara out of your tube, do not pump in and out, because that allows air to go in, and then that air sitting inside the tube creates bacteria, which can then transfer to your eye and create infection. Also, when you pump it like that, you're pushing the product toward the bottom of the tube. And I know there's always a little mascara left at the bottom, but we don't want to push more down, and we want to be able to get it all out. Tip number 3 is to comb before you coat. So just like your hair, your lashes are hair. They're little fine hairs on your eye. And so you definitely want to make sure that they're nice and combed out and spread out before you get started, to ensure that each and every one of those hairs are being coated. Okay? We'll demonstrate that as well. And then number 4, prime and prep. So there are a lot of different things that you can apply to your lashes, but Mary Kay actually has a lash primer that is phenomenal, and I'll show you the primer and talk more about it, but it definitely does make a difference. Sometimes I'm rushing and I forget to prime, and I can definitely see the difference because I don't get compliments on my lashes as opposed to when I prime it and prep and get ready, okay? Number 5, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. So basically that means that when you're applying your mascara, you're wiggling from the root to the tip. And I'll demonstrate that motion when I go ahead and apply my mascara. So just remember to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle as you're putting it on. And then number 6, this kind of took some trial and error for me, whether or not I let my lashes dry in between coats or leave them wet. And I found that when you let them get too dry in between, it leaves more room for clumping. And so we know clumping is definitely a no-no when you're wearing mascara. So make sure that as you're applying the process, you want to keep them moist. So the best way to do that would actually be to finish one eye first before you move on to the next one, okay? And then my last tip, top and bottom. And I'll demonstrate that technique. But basically, when we are coating our lashes, we generally just coat the outside. So maybe it should be inside and out. But we coat the outside kind of in an upward motion. And a lot of times we forget to coat the other side of our lashes. So I'm going to demonstrate that motion as well. So those are just some general tips that I have discovered in playing around with lashes, and then I'm going to demonstrate them in just a few minutes. So I want to talk to you about different types of mascara, and specific to Mary Kay, we have the 4 formulas, but I'm going to say the 5th one, the lash intensity, is kind of like it encompasses them all. So I'll tell you about that. But the first one is a favorite amongst the many. It's the Lash Love Mascara. And if you want definition, you just want to see each and every lash coated, this one works well, and especially for your lower lashes. And a lot of it has to do with the shape of the applicator, and we'll talk about that too. Waterproof definition, so it's like our Lash Love, but for those who tend to have very watery eyes, you want to use a waterproof formula, so this is the exact same. And then our Ultimate Mascara is definitely best-selling. I think this has appeared on Oprah's favorite things list, and look with your lashes. And a lot of times, some women will combine the Ultimate Mascara with the Lash Love Mascara to create both a defined and a voluminous look. And then if you want to create the length, if you think you have kind of short, stubby lashes and you want them to look more elongated, then our Lash Lengthening Mascara will do that. So it also, to point out, the Lash Lengthening Mascara is fortified with vitamin D to help create stronger looking lashes, so you won't find that your lashes are falling out when you go to take your mascara off, or even when you just go to rub your eye. So those are our 4 basic, I don't want to say basic, but our 4 kind of main mascaras. But we were kind of blindsided with this new Wham Bam Thank You Ma'am mascara. It's been maybe 6 months or so. And I remember when they were talking about this mascara, and I'm not a big lash girl. It's just like, whatever, it's no big deal. But the company like underestimated the demand and, sold out pretty much, I think, before it was available to the general public. And there was a wait list of like 6 weeks to get this product. And so I remember when mine first came, and I did like a first unboxing, first impressions live, like Facebook video or something, because I didn't know what to expect. And oh my goodness, I had people reaching out to me who I'd never even talked to about anything skincare, makeup related, and was like, I want it. And I was like, well, I didn't even know you were interested in mascara. That's just how impactful this is. And so by looking at the images, you see me, but then, my lashes are nothing compared to these phenomenal women's lashes. And you'll see on the left side, they have on just the lash intensity, no falsies at all. And, on the right side is just their natural lash. So you can definitely see the look. So I feel like the lash intensity Mary Kay just took all the best characteristics of their individual mascara formulas and put them in a bottle. So those are our goodies, and now we are going to get started. So let me see. Stop sharing my screen. There we go. And then welcome those who've joined in. So a couple of things that I have, and usually, you know, mascara is the last thing that you apply after you've done your full face and you're all ready to go. Everything's kind of dried, your foundation and everything is set. Or for some women, it's just mascara and lip gloss and you go. That's all you need. So it's the last thing. A lot of times, and I see it because I commute to work every day, mascara is applied in the car. Not safe. There probably needs to be a no makeup while driving law as well, because it's just as distracting. But I found that if you have an accident, meaning you get a drop here or a drop down there as you're applying your mascara, is to leave it alone. Leave it alone and let it dry. Because if you try to correct it while it's wet, 9 times out of 10, it's going to smudge and smear, and it'll mess up any other makeup that you've already applied. Now, if mascara is all that you're wearing, then you, by all means, go ahead and take it off. But that's just a tip that I actually learned fairly recently. And so the other thing is, if you have an occasion where you don't want to wear false lashes, but you really want your natural lashes to stand out, is make sure that their background, meaning your eyeshadow, is a light and bright color. So it's kind of like you're giving it a solid background to make them stand out of. But if you don't, if you're doing a smoky eye, a really heavy liner, then that might not be the case. Your lashes will fade away. And in that case, falsies will probably be warranted. Okay. So tip number 1. I'm trying to remember what my tips were. The curler is your friend. So here I am. You know, I will find anything pink in my life. So I found this it's rose gold eyelash curler. I think TJ Maxx $1.99 or whatever. But go ahead and get a curler. And to be honest, I never really thought that this was like something that African American women use. I don't know why. I just thought that. But like I said, if I want to create the appearance that my eyes are more open and lifted, the curler is your friend. And so I'm going to switch. Do that? Nope. And then you just give it a little tug, a couple of pumps. Okay. Before you do the first pump, though, you want to make sure that you don't have any skin, because that will pinch. Okay. And just give it a couple of pumps. And I'm just going to do one eye at a time. Okay. Now, I don't have on any liner, just because I want you guys to really see the effect of our mascara without the liner. But the liner definitely does enhance it. And then after I kind of curl, I'm going to comb, and this is just a brow liner lash brush. And I'm just going to comb to make sure that all of my hairs are individually separated. Okay. And then the next thing I am going to, and I talked about our primer. And so the good thing about our primer is that if you can see, it has black and white bristles. One is cotton. I think the white ones are the cotton fibers to really grab and coat with the product. And then the black ones are nylon fibers to really separate and make sure that everything is combed out and smooth. And the primer can be used just alone. If you're not a big kind of color fan or anything like that, then some people will just grab the primer and use that. So I'm going to twist to get the product on, not pump. And I'm going to wiggle from the root to the tip. wiggle from the root to the tip. Wiggle, wiggle. Remember I said wiggle, wiggle? Okay. And then I also said we coat from the top to the bottom. So this is I figure this is the bottom, the lash, and then you also want to go and do the top as well, because you want product on both sides. And you turn it to make sure you get all the product in that use. Because it's clear, you don't have to worry about seeing it. So I kind of I really get in there. And don't forget your little hairs that are in the corner. And when you're applying mascara too, you want to think about the outer lashes kind of go out. So you'll go with that direction. The lashes straight on are more straight up. And then the inner corner, you want to turn it in. And sometimes on the bottom, and you'll see me do this, I'll turn it this way. Okay. Now the primer, I'll let it dry just a little bit because I do want it to set. I'll fan. Okay. So now here's the hard part, because like I said, all of our mascara formulas are phenomenal. So it's like, what do I do? Because I only have 2 eyes. And I thought my daughter was going to be here, so then I could have had 4 eyes and could have demonstrated 4. But I'm going to go with the Lash Love, and then I'm going to combine it with the Ultimate. We'll go there. Okay. So same thing. Wiggle it out. Get any excess off. And then same thing. Start from the root to tip and just wiggle. And sometimes the motion I use is like, it's kind of like I'm closing my eye to push down against the applicator, the bristles. And if you can see already, it looks like my line is like it's already lined with liner, and I have not put any liner on. And that's because I'm getting to that root. Okay, and then do the other side. I'll kind of twirl and twist to get it out. This helps keep them curled as well. Okay. Now, while it's still wet, because it's already drying, I feel it. Same thing, wipe off the excess. In this one, I don't necessarily have to go so much to the root because I did already, so I want to focus just a little bit more. Okay. And then if I notice I have a couple of clumps, I like to keep an extra little spoolie around. And then I just kind of help shape. Because the one thing about our formulas is when they're dry, your lashes are put. And there's been a couple nights that I've been real exhausted and I fall asleep with my makeup on. But when I wake up in the morning, my lashes are still fabulous. Then I go wash. Okay, so that is that one. And before I do the bottom lash, I'm going to go ahead and prime the other eye so that I can get ready to show you the other formula. Same thing, I'm going to wiggle, push, get every little hair, top, and the bottom. It's much harder doing this looking at a computer screen than in the mirror. Okay, now while that dries, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the lash lengthening on my bottom lashes because I have kind of short, stubby bottom lashes. Now the lash lengthening, I don't know if you noticed, it has a curved applicator Whereas the Lash Love just kind of has a straight. Oh, there's some. Okay, so you can kind of see the difference in the applicators, and that's what gives you the different looks. Okay, so same thing. And the key to the bottom is try not to touch your skin. Okay, so they're appearing a little bit. You see that? And just take your time, which is why you should do this in the car. So now it looks like I have a couple of lashes down there. And depending on the look that I'm going for, I really could do a couple more coats. This is bothering me, so I just want to kind of work with that a little bit. Okay. So we've seen our Lash Love and our Ultimate, and then our lash lengthening at the bottom. And here's the Wham Bam Thank You Ma'am. So I didn't know this, but I did some research. And so this is kind of a combination of a couple of different applicators. I don't know if you can tell, but here there's like an empty space. They call that the reservoir to kind of hold the product while you apply it. And then there's the longer bristles. And then if you turn it, there's the short, more condensed bristles. So you can imagine how that's going to apply product. But what I learned, and I'm going to just twist, get off the excess, is you're supposed to start, it says Mary Kay, I know it's backwards, but you start with the Mary Kay facing toward you. Didn't know that. And then you turn it. And same thing, you wiggle, get it on, wiggle. Get my corners. And then I'm going to turn it one way. Okay, I'm going to turn it again. And turn it again. And then I'm back where I started. Did you guys know that? Did you know you were supposed to start with the Mary Kay and actually do that? I was like, okay, look at that. So you can tell the difference between the two. And definitely with this, I would do a second go around. So I'll start back with my Mary Kay. Go for my turn. And then don't forget the other side too. Okay. Look at that. So you can see why this is a favorite. And so I am going to, we actually have a black brown ultimate mascara. So I'm going to just demo that on my bottom lash. For maybe some ladies who are okay. So this gives you more of a subtle hint of color. Maybe if you're really going for a natural look. All right, so there. You've seen, and the only one I did not demo was the waterproof, which, like I said, it's just the Lash Love, but a waterproof version. But I have found that if you take our brow gel, this is kind of like a sealant. It will hold your hairs in place. This will create a protective layer over your lashes. And so you don't have to worry about fallout. And, you know, fallout is like when the formulas of mascaras get old and then you start to see like little black droppings down there. This also helps with the watery eyes without having the feel of like a waterproof mascara. And it's clear, so you don't have to worry about it. And then the bottoms too, because that's where most of the watering occurs. But this is our brow gel, so keeps your brow in place. I need my brows done. And that's that. You let everything dry and you're all set to go. Now, if you are someone who's concerned that you have sparse lashes, you know, you really want to get them to grow in, Mary Kay does have a lash and brow serum. But with this, you have to be committed. Committed means you have to use it with fidelity every night for at least 3 months. So you should start to see some improvement, I believe they said, within the first 6 weeks of use. But you have to be diligent and make sure you do it every night, like routine. And this also works for brows too. And so it's just, you know, it's a little brush. And you would put it on at night before you go to bed, put it on your brows, and, you know, put it on your lash line. So I've tried it, but I just can't commit. I haven't been able to commit, but I don't think I really need to anyway. But I do like the product. It makes my lashes very soft, and they're not brittle, so they're not breaking off or anything like that. And to just finish off your bold lash, you just put on your favorite lip gloss, and that's it for me. Anybody have questions? Oh, I have questions. Yes, Andrea's right. If you're going to use brow gel for your lashes, you need a separate tube because you don't want to mix brows with lashes.
There was a question from Sonia about minking. Do you know? Okay, you want to address that? Go ahead.
I mean, it takes practice. Minking, from what I understand it, and it may be multiple ways of doing it, but it's kind of like where you take, is that where you take the, like the cotton balls and you put it over your eye before you start? And then it kind of creates an artificial lashes. And then from that, you'll take and then put the mascara on. Is that the minking that you were thinking of?
That's a first. I've never heard of it done that way, but maybe she can, Sonia, let us know if that's what you're talking about. The only way that I've heard minking done, and maybe it's just a form, is when we had brown mascara, we had different colors. And so you would do your first coat, I guess, with black, and then your tips would be, you know, the brown or the blue or whatever. We had purple or green at one point in time. I think if that's the same thing that you're referring to, Sonia.
The other thing, okay. The other thing, since you talked about the combining of the color, I have heard of people actually using the brown first as the primer and then going over it with the black too to create, I don't know, a different effect. But I have not tried that. I have not tried that yet. And then the question from Misty, how many products we're using? Is there a bundle package? So the main things that I use would be a lash primer and then lash intensity. Because with lash intensity, you can control the amount of product you want by just doing multiple coats, or only maybe using 1 or 2 sides of the applicator. But more recently, I have been combining just the like Lash Love. That's kind of been my go-to. And then if I wanted just a more defined, not defined, a more voluminous look, then I'll put just a small or thin coat of the Ultimate over top of it. But like I said, that's just kind of like a every day out the door, it's the Lash Love. If I want just a little bit of a pop, these two. And if I'm like going out, getting glammed up, definitely this. So if you're just like a beginner, not really a big, you just want mascara, then I think the go-to probably for most people is either going to be the Lash Love or, you know, Ultimate, because those are kind of the favorite things. Everything else I think kind of are more enhancements. Anybody else have any feedback who's been using the mascara?
I just love Lash Love. That's really my go-to, but after your compelling class, I am going to start using primer every day. The fact that you say, you know, you don't get compliments on the days that you don't, but you get them on the days that you do, I am going to try that out. I mean, I really love how my lashes look, period, with Lash Love. So if there's a chance that they will look even better, I'm going to do that. I love Ultimate. You know, that was my go-to before Lash Love. Now I'm just like, I'm all in with the Lash Love. Lash intensity is very intense. So for me, so on a daily basis, that's not my go-to. But I definitely love the definition without you know, having to do the falsies. And there's nothing against that, but I found the times that I did do it, I was scared that I was gonna, you know, my eyelashes were gonna fall out. So I was like, I'm really not gonna do this. I'm gonna stick to something that gives me that look. And so that's, I absolutely love that. And then oil-free eye makeup remover, we're kind of talking about it in the chat. Like, you know, that's the pair right there. Definitely. Yeah.
And I was going to demo too. So, okay, you've done all this. Now, how do you get it off without a big mess?
That was my next question.
So our oil-free makeup remover pretty much removes anything. So even, we know that red is a very pigmented color, and sometimes just trying to get red lipstick or lip gloss off. So I will use this makeup remover to remove anything. And so I usually use one of those little round cotton things, but I have one of our cloths. So just kind of pour, you know, some of the product on, and then you just go ahead and put it on your eye, and be gentle because your eye is one of the most sensitive parts of your body. And the good thing about the makeup remover, I mean, all I did was touch and you already see stuff's coming off, is that it doesn't burn, you know, and you just kind of I gently wipe. And I'll do this before I get in the shower and see it's already like there. And you can see from my eye, it doesn't even look like there's anything left on there. So you just kind of gently wipe. That way you don't have to worry about eye irritation.
What a difference.
Like, bam, bam. And it's off. Like, it's off. It's done, you know? You don't have the raccoon look, and if anything went down there, you just go down and gently wipe it off. So there's that. And if, you know.
That is an amazing difference.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
So, you know, so that's Ultimate. And again, with the lash intensity, you can do just a light coat too. So if you're just looking for, I just want one product that's versatile, like I would do this and just be very liberal. Well, not sparingly when you put it on. Get you the eye makeup remover, and then definitely have the primer. So I think if you just needed 3 go-to things for your fabulous lashes, I would look at these 3, and then go from there. Oh, Kathy said minking is using the black mascara first, the brown on the tips, then back to the black. All right, I'm gonna have to try that and do a little quick video.
Okay, I want to make sure I'm clear on that because I knew about the black first and the brown the tips. And when she said back with the black, just from the root to the point where the brown starts, right? Like you don't go over the whole lash with black, do you?
No, she said the whole lash.
The whole lash with black. Oh, okay. I don't, okay. I didn't know about that third step. I only knew about step 1 and 2.
Yeah, I never heard of it before, so you know me, I'm gonna look it up. So
Okay.
it's black the whole lash, the tips brown, then black again the whole lash. It's supposed to add fullness.
Oh, okay.
You know me, I'm gonna try it before I go to bed.
Right.
Take some pictures and put it in our
Right.
thing file.
Like I have a clean eye.
Right. I got
love
2 of
it.
mine do no face today.
Absolutely. Okay. Guess you guys have any other questions? This was phenomenal. And the fact that you're able to see it at the same time. Let's put us in the gallery so you can see it. Oh, we got quite a few folks. People were quiet. I had the full screen, so now that I can see everybody.
I don't have any more questions, but I wanted to say it was excellent because I was thinking I need false eyelashes, but looking at all this, I can do it myself and not have to be concerned with using the false eyelashes.
Yes.
And Charnay can teach me how to do this.
That's your girl.
Sure will.
Absolutely. And I believe all of us, even, consultants, we're walking away with some valuable information and new things to try as well. Okay, so before we wrap, let me ask you from the consultant standpoint, if you were doing a FabuLash class, how would you do that? Or is there anything in particular that the consultant should know if they were going to do a class like this?
I think keep it simple because at the end of the day, it needs to be attainable by the people that you're teaching. So don't try to do a lot of complicated, complex things. I think that's pretty much it. Just keep it simple. Like have the samples there of the products, but I think like maybe focus on showcasing your favorite because that's the one that you have the most experience with and then you'll feel more comfortable with. And then doing a live event, you would then have the samples for them to be able to try. So the good thing about Mary Kay is that they do have the different applicator brushes. Mm-hmm. So for the lash intensity, they have the brushes that mimic the lash intensity and the ultimate and then the lash love. So that's a good thing.
Absolutely.
And make sure you have the remover because if they try one and they hate it, you want them to erase the canvas and try another one.
Absolutely. And the only thing that I would add to that, just for anybody that may be brand new, if you're seasoned, you probably already know this, but with your applicators, you want to use a new one every time. So anytime a applicator touches someone's eyelash and they want more or they want to try a different one, then we're always going to use a different wand. So you want to make sure that you have plenty of those. You can get those in section 2 of your order form. So make sure you have ultimate wands, you have lash love wands, and you have your lash intensity wands. And Brandy says she loves your presentation and it encourages her to go live with the lash class. Yes. And we can use full size for demo. Absolutely. Yes. So you can have your full size and then use the demo wands for others. But you can, if you have your own mascara and you want to do it live on yourself. All right. Thank you, Charnay. Everybody's
nice.
FabuLash. I like that. I like that better than what I called it. Wonderful. So,
I couldn't remember what you called it, so I was like,
okay. It is now and forever known as FabuLash. Okay, that is a new name. Okay, so if we don't have any other questions, then we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. I am going to play a recording, and it's on the recording. If you want to stay online, you absolutely are welcome to. Otherwise, you are going to see it on the replay. All right, so let me bounce to that. This is going to be our Mary Kay time.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who's on for inspiration? I guess it's your turn first before
It's
I
me.
get it. Okay, go ahead. I was like, I don't want to jump ahead of somebody's moment. Go ahead.
Oh, tonight for inspiration, I was going just to say some quote of Steve Jobs
Okay.
About work. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. That's it.
I love that. And there's a
it's really
baby.
true.
Love what you do. And you know, it's a great segue because maybe you don't love what you do, or maybe you love what you do, but you're not getting paid what you deserve for doing what you love.
Yeah.
I saw someone today on Facebook that was asking her friends, you know, who among you is working a job? And I think she was pretty much saying this is for herself, but she wanted to see who else is working a job every day for a wage, not something that you absolutely love, but you're doing it because of the money. Or would you work a job that you absolutely hate because you made more money? And I was just reading some of the responses, and I was really sad. You know, I understand we're living in a world now, we have been, especially with, you know, the economy uncertainty, where, you know, people are doing what they have to do. And one thing that I love about this business and what drew me to Mary Kay almost 12 years ago is realizing that I could do something that I want to do. We all have have-tos, right? But your whole life doesn't have to be a have-to. So we are going to segue right into this. And if you have questions, please go ahead and talk to the consultant who invited you. You're going to get this replay tomorrow. And you'll also have information about next week. All right, and next week will be our Perfect Your Pout class. It's gonna be our lip class. All right, so I'll see you guys next week. And here we go. That certainly was not what I was looking for. I think I hit the wrong button. Give me 1 second, because Mary Kay was, here it is. I was like, Mary Kay was singing. That was the one I wanted. Here we go.
They may be singing just because they like to sing. And they may be singing because it's the beginning of a new day. And guess who's coming to work? Every morning around 9:30, a pink Cadillac turns the corner into a parking lot on Corporate Row in Dallas, Texas. It slips into the reserved space along with the other pink Cadillacs. Pink is the color of success at this company. This is space number 1, reserved for the chairman of the board. And out she steps, the chairwoman in this case, herself a symphony in pink. Mary Kay Ash, age unknown and never to be told, the founder and driving force behind a direct sales company began 16 years ago when this retired grandmother decided to go into business for herself. Today, there are 50,000 salespeople, almost all of them women, selling her product. And the company now grosses $100 million a year.
My objective was just to help women. It was not to make a tremendous amount of sales. I want women to earn money commensurate with men. I want them to be paid on the basis of what they have between their ears, their brains, and not because they're male or female. But at the same time, I would like women to remain feminine, because I have found that it's an asset to be female in a man's world.
I think you're bringing a really, really nice look.
If you haven't heard of Mary Kay, you soon will. The products bearing her name cannot be bought in a store. Like Tupperware, they can only be bought at an event, usually held at a friend's house.
We're going to dock here. Here.
The Mary Kay beauty consultant, she is never called a saleswoman, might invite half a dozen people to a beauty demonstration. She is not a Mary Kay employee. She is a freelance businesswoman who buys the cream or tint or goo wholesale from the Mary Kay plant and then sells it at a profit over the dining room table.
Okay, the basic starter set sells $37.
Too bad, girl. This year, I think this is phenomenal, reached the $1 million mark in earnings. And this is less than 15 years. This is not on sale, I'd like to make that clear. This is when you progress up that ladder to the point where you are helping teach other women to go out and do a tremendous job.
Well, what do you think those women would have done otherwise without this, without you?
They would be home, looking at days of our lives.
The essence of Mary Kayism is the cultivation of a spirit that is part religious, part sorority, part military. It's a life, like say the Marine Corps or the Carmelite nuns, but instead of vows of silence, they've taken vows of enthusiasm. An army of loyalists who burst into song of praise at the least provocation. What Mary Kay poured back to her consultants, aside from the profit, is an intense personal relationship between herself and the Mary Kay family. All letters are answered personally. All 50,000 birthdays are remembered.
You ask me, what is it that women need across America, Australia, and Canada? I would have to say confidence. Here's a woman who's never had any praise at all for anything she's ever done. Maybe the only applause she ever had was when she graduated from high school. She wants recognition. So we praise her for everything good that she does. We praise our people to success. And we thank you so much for what you've done.
The slightest effort is recognized. Trophies are handed out for anything, or just being wonderful.
Oh, I don't have to say.
Well, you don't have to say anything except that you have this every day to remember that we can do wonderful.
The consultants wear their Mary Kay decorations with the pride of veterans of foreign war.
This you see here is the ladder of success, and this goes on a quarterly basis of production, and you build each order on your ladder all the way up to the top.
This beautiful Ada diamond ring can be won for the production of Mary Kay.
On the pin, there are two shovels, one large and one small. The small shovel signifies all the good that we give out to others, and if we do that, God will give us back a large shovel for it.
Big-shot male executives are said to have a presence that exude power, and wherever they go, there is the hush of deference from the lesser men whose lives they control. When Mary Kay comes to town, it's exactly the opposite. The air is so thick with upbeatness, you can practically cut it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with a great deal of pleasure that I present to you our leader, our motivator, our inspiration, our First Lady.
That's Ann Newberry.
Mary Kay.
No Mary Kay person, including Mary Kay herself, lets more than a minute go by without invoking God. It's as if the road to heaven is paved with cosmetic sales.
I sincerely feel that we are not as smart as the balance sheets would show, that God has blessed this company beyond all belief, for the simple reason that we came along at a time when women were coming into their own. And He wants you to become the beautiful person that He knows He created.
That's really fair in terms of marketing, to inject God into it as though there was some religious experience involved, another working for, buying, selling.
Let me say this. I really feel that our company is where it is today and has been blessed beyond all belief. But the fact that God is using our company as a vehicle to help women become the beautiful creatures that He created.
Do you think this is you using?
I hope not. I sincerely hope not. I hope he's using me instead. Hello. How are you, darling?
Mary Kay beauty consultants are only seen carefully coiffed and made up and wearing dresses, never jeans. No liquor is served at Mary Kay function. Do you tell your people no drink? No smoke?
Well, we suggest that if you smoke, please don't smoke during the beauty show. You can do without a cigarette for 2 hours. But as far as alcohol is concerned, no alcoholic beverages are served at any Mary Kay function.
Like other chairpersons, Mary Kay has thoughts that touch the very essence of life. The ages of woman, for example.
To the age of 14, a woman needs good parents and good health. Then, from 14 to 40, she needs good looks. From 40 to 60, she needs personality. And after 60, I'm here to tell you what you need is cash.
If you want to get a sense of something special, then you must attend the annual Mary Kay seminar in Dallas. 8,000 women pay their own way to come to Texas for this crowning event in the life of a Mary Kay person.
Seminars bigger than life. You can't experience it until you get here. There's no way you can go back home and tell all your people and all your customers and all your girls the excitement that goes on here because it's absolutely super. You learn so much. Thank you, honey. Forever and to say goodbye to all our poverty.
This is a blatant, unapologetic tribute to Mary Kay and capitalism. Other corporate giants walk on stage. Mary Kay levitates.
She's the Philadelphia Orchestra. She's the modern jazz quartet.
Busby Berkeley would not be embarrassed by the show or the budget. $1 million just to throw this annual 3-day bash in Dallas that leads finally to award. These are the best for the whole year. There are more queens crowned in one night in Dallas than in 400 years of Westminster Abbey. But finally, the queen of queens, the numero una in the nation, the top sales director at Mary Kay. And Shirley Patton. If women went out girls with fantasies of dizzying lives, drinking diamonds clothed in mink, they quickly lose them to the mortgage, the children, and the rest. But Mary Kay Ash, with a touch of marketing genius, proves it can all come true for anyone in middle life. There's a rich, pink world out there, and all you gotta do is sell.
Won't you come on in? Won't you come on in? Knock and the door will open. Knock and the door will open. See, and you will find that you will be given the secret of I'll be waiting here. I'll be waiting here. Take my arm, that girl. What a good girl. Waking just for you. Waking up for you. Welcome to our world.
That was an interesting stream, but I thought it was absolutely great in terms of history for those of us who are already consultants who may not have had the experience of working directly with Mary Kay Ash. And for those of you who may be considering this opportunity and will not have the experience of working with Mary Kay Ash, you got a chance to see her talk about her company and her wishes for her company directly. And I think that's very important. Sometimes, even as a leader, our job is to impart what it is that has been imparted to us. And I was trained by those that were trained by Mary Kay Ash herself, but I was not trained by Mary Kay. So our desire is to continue to pass on what her vision was for women, what her vision was for women in her company, and what her vision was for her company, period. So if there aren't any questions, I think at this point there are consultants that are left. But if you are one of our fantastic guests and you are still watching this and you have questions about the business opportunity, the first thing that I would ask you to do to be a part of our February drawing is to go to bit.ly, that's bit.ly/GFC marketing, and you can fill out, it's a short survey. You go into a drawing that we will have at the end of this month, and your consultant will contact you to talk to you and answer any other questions that you have about the opportunity and hopefully get you started so that we can train you, teach you the things that you need to know to be successful. Okay, so everybody, with that, you have a good night, and we will see you here next week for our Perfect Your Pout class. Take care.